Daylight. Mobbing on Earth, boy. Showtime. Hey.
D-Mark got that heat.
Curtain call, let the show begin. I know it's hurting y'all the way I'm going in. I need a murder dog covered for the times I was killing shit and y'all ain't know it then. Working hard, long hours in the trap, in my bag like some dope again. It's that blue magic, no Nicky Barnes cut. Niggas know who I'm doper than. Everybody, old nigga, new nigga, only see a challenge in a few niggas. A lot of y'all can wipe the smile off your face on the mob, it ain't none of you niggas. I just put the switch on the new blicker, rapid fire spitting, it's a boost nigga. 2 Street for a lot of you niggas, hard knocks life, volume 2 jigger. Back on my shit again, endurance, I tire him out like a Mitchell, and I'm about to put on that shit again. I was trying to be humble, but fuck it, I'm still a man. Don't rap like a kilogram. They finna spinning up top like a ceiling fan. I'm about to pop like a trigger man. From that hustling stock, so I'm all about my dividends. It's showtime, I was trying to get rich in like no time. Underdog with a slow grind, had to run the shit up to a gold mine. Niggas hated like the whole time, now they kept the wave like a coastline. Yeah, these bitches fronted like the whole time, now they front row when it's showtime. Sharing for a nigga, pulling on a nigga, I should pull a Kevin, kick her in the titty. Nah, I'm being petty, baby, I'm just kidding. Going with your move, I ain't even tripping. I had groupie back when I was in the kitchen, had 3 county, catching what I'm pitching. Montana way, started with the dishes, out of town played, not the pocket trip. Real G's round me, we don't do the fiction. Niggas rub me wrong, it gon' be some friction, it gon' be a spark. I'ma stand on business, ain't no favorite op. I can stand them niggas, they gon' lay in dirt. Candlelight visuals, face on the shirt. Now you get the picture, Psalm 23. Now you get the scripture, homies they gon' fly. They done got religion. I be outside, functioning with killers. Police outside, hunting for the dealer. Bitches mouth wide, hungry for a nigga. I ain't even drop no money on the tigger. True player, I be turned with the ism. Bad bitches know the vibe I be giving. Fuck the haters and the lies they been telling. They'll make the news at noon 10 and 11. Showtime, it's showtime. I was trying to get rich in like no time. Underdog with a slow grind, had to run the shit up to a gold mine. Niggas hated like the whole time, now they kept the wave like a coastline. Yeah, these bitches fronted like the whole time, now they front row when it's showtime. Sharing for a nigga, showtime. I was trying to get rich in like no time. Underdog with a slow grind, had to run the shit up to a gold mine. Niggas hated like the whole time, now they kept the wave like a coastline. Yeah, these bitches fronted like the whole time, now they front row when it's showtime. Sharing for a nigga.
Yeah. Hey man, say man, it's your boy DAA man, Daylight TV. Back at y'all with another Mafia material MOBCAST. Episode number 65. Chronicling shit today. Big 65. Got my bro host World Pest in here. Well, what's the word, nigga?
Ain't shit. Getting my Mr. Miyagi on.
Already. Hit that like and subscribe button. Smash that notification bell if you really bother with the content. Jump into some shit you sent me earlier. Yeah, we got to talk about John Eric SPIBY. From jackpot to jail cell. The 288 million gram Paul Empire. Yeah, man. The bloke. That's what they be calling the niggas. The bloke. Oh, the bloke said we ain't going back, bro. You shit bugged out.
Taking my money and I'm getting it.
So, yeah, man, another wild one. And this ain't your grandma's bingo story. Nah, today we talk about a British OG named John Eric SPIBY. Yeah, that nigga got 3 names. An 80-year-old, like I said, OG Brit who hit the lottery and then flipped the script in a way that nobody saw coming. So, picture this. 2010, John SPIBY, 65, years young, cashes in 2.4 million euros from the UK National Lottery. That's about 3.3 million in US dollars. Now, most cats that age are thinking cruises, golf, maybe a new set of dentures or some shit, right? Not this nigga, though. Nah, this dude had a whole different vision. You know what I'm saying? Instead of sipping margaritas and shit, SPIBY decided he wanted to be the new kingpin of the pharmaceutical game. But not the legal kind. Nah. This nigga took that lottery paper and invested it straight into an industrial scale counterfeit pill operation. We talking lab setup and converted stables behind his crib near Wigan, I believe. Then later, a whole industrial unit in Salford. Yeah, this ain't no backyard operation, no bodega business. This was the real deal. This nigga right here was
turned the whole factory into the pill
shit. Oh man, like
that nigga turned the whole factory into some fucking drug operation.
Bro, we talk about sophisticated machinery pumping out tens of thousands of tablets per hour. This nigga was not playing. And what was the product? Fake what that shit? Diazepam or some shit? Diazepam or some shit like that? AKA Valium. Yeah, fucking Valium, nigga. What'd you call it?
He had the ultimate muscle relaxer.
Yeah, you could just
that's that shit Eminem used to be on. I don't even think they sell them shit no way. That's that shit Eminem used to be on when he made the first two albums.
Oh shit. Well, most of these pills were laced with etazolum or some shit. I believe I said that right. It's a sedative so strong it's 8 times more potent than regular Valium. God, yeah.
This nigga was basically putting niggas on heroin. Shit.
Yeah. But this ain't just
straight dope thing.
Word. But this ain't just bad business, you know what I'm saying? This shit kind of dangerous, like you said. You know what I'm saying? Put an elephant down, damn near. Leading to overdoses and worse. Prosecutors estimate that this whole operation was slinging fake meds with a street value of up to 288 million euros. That's almost 400 million, in US dollars, easy. You know what I'm saying? And SPIBY, like this nigga, was boosting that. Even what you call it? Even like tech billionaires like Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos, nigga, needed to watch their backs. The way he was trying to hype up on nigga.
That nigga was on the rise, boy. That nigga Operation, remember on Bad Boys 2? When they had the shit where they pushing all of their pills through the shit. This nigga had some shit bigger than they shit. Nigga pumping 10,000 pills an hour. Nigga, that nigga in an hour he was supplying whole thousands.
Look, bro, not 10,000 pills an hour, tens of thousands.
Nigga, this nigga was supplying whole states and cities an hour.
But hey, every empire falls, right? Yeah, the whole thing came crashing down when the feds cracked in EncroChat, an encrypted communication platform. All the street pharmacists were using, I guess, out there in Britain. Police raided their spots, found millions of pills, firearm, ammunition, and over 200,000 euros worth of specialized machinery. Yeah, the game was up. It was over with. In January of 2026, Eric SPIBY, at 80 years old, was hit with 16 years and 6 months in the pen. His son, John Collins SPIBY, and a couple of other associates also caught bids. So a lottery win meant to be, a golden ticket to retirement turned into a one-way trip to the Bing, nigga.
Oh no, he retired. He retired, all right.
I mean, yo, look, the whole
Okay.
crazy shit is this: 16 years at 80, like he gonna die in that bitch probably, like unless he, a real holdout. That is
Listen,
gonna
I
be
ain't even gonna
90.
lie, man. 16 years, 80 years old, I'm going in there stabbing shit with chicken bones and tuna fish tops, man. We getting this shit over with, man. This shit over with.
Yo.
Nigga, we gonna die. Listen, man, 80 years old, I already know I'm going to die here. The choice is when I'm going to die here. Is we gonna
See,
go
that's why
today,
I tell
or
you I
we
would have
gonna go
banged out,
tomorrow?
bro.
That's why I
But
said,
that's
nigga,
why
I
I'm
done
saying
went
I
there
would
for
have
money,
banged it
nigga.
out. Like when the police came and got me, bro. Oh, it would have been up like Scarface shit.
Nigga, listen,
80,
I done
I
sat there
ain't
and
going.
turned, I done sat there and turned the biggest check slip in the world into some other shit, and y'all come over here fucking up my goddamn program, nigga, shit. They would
But
have had
hey,
to come
look,
find me in the mountains like El Chapo. I'd have had hitters in the mountains. Send a
yo, here's
Sicario
the
day.
crazy. The nigga is a real flipper though. Cause look, bro, you took 2.4 million, and you basically made 100 times that.
Hmm.
Like,
Hmm.
yo,
That's
people.
why I say he got the ultimate check. He got the ultimate check flip. You know, how some niggas get a job, they got a job, they get their check, go buy some work, go flip it. He got the
Yeah.
ultimate check flip.
Yeah, that's a fact.
See, I'm
Hey,
glad to hear
hey,
these
ladies,
stories
y'all could have
of
actually,
people.
hey, to all the females in Britain, y'all could have actually gave old Johnny y'all income tax check. He could have really flipped
Word.
that.
Now the downside about this shit is they really caught the plug. Like they shut down whole operation. Like the street gonna be
Yeah,
dry over
like
there
he
for
was
for a
forced.
minute. Yeah. So it's like shit.
Yeah, man. But hey, man, let us know what y'all think or whatever about old Speedy and shit, man. You know what I'm saying? In the
Call
comments
that
and
nigga
shit.
call that nigga the real that's that's the real grandpa.
You know what I'm saying? Cause that shit, I don't know, bro. Like I just couldn't imagine letting them take me at 80. I ain't,
Hell
you know what I'm
no.
saying? You would have had to call in the coroner, nigga. Yeah, man, let us know and shit, man. If you was Speedy, would you let him take him at 80? You know what I'm saying? Would you have, this for the street people or whatever, would y'all have taken the 2.4 and like tried to flip that shit?
Nigga, I'd have put on motherfucking
Or that I know too much other shit about, like all this shit, investment and shit like that. That like I'm glad to say at one point when all I knew was the streets, yeah, I'd probably go in there, whatever and shit, try to get 40 bricks for that shit. I ain't gonna lie. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's crazy. Because at 80, look, at 65, I mean, well, you can blow through 2.4 million. Like I haven't, but I mean, you could definitely fuck that up. Like for real, you could buy
hmm
3 cars, a watch, in the house and fuck that shit up. Like it's over with. Like you get, you know, depending on where you shopping. But yeah, man. Like I said, let us know what you would have did if you was SPIBY. You know what I mean? And remember to hit that like and subscribe button.
Shit, really, nigga, shit. You buy a crib, that's it. Uh,
Yeah,
That 2.4 is over. Yeah.
But yeah, man, the Mafia Material Mobcast, episode number 63. We're gonna take a quick break and we'll be right back.
Shout out to
Told them boys yesterday twice, ain't today's price. Tell them boy they gotta double it. Know I had to grind from the morning till the late night. No, I always been a hustler. Told them boys yesterday twice, ain't today's price. Tell them boy they gotta double it. Know I had to grind from the morning till the late night. No, I always been a hustler. The hustle is in my veins, in the game I got loot. The devil ain't never made me do a thing with the loot. That quiet money coming off the cane and the food. Cause I was taught if you was in it for the fame, you a fool. Street scholar niggas know I came from the school. A hard knock, hip to the game and the rule. Got some blood on my hands and my name, and it grew to think it started trying to get me a chain and some boots. I had struggles motivate my hustle, I refused to lose. Threw me lemons, put it on the Smith, and now I got the juice. Had to rumble even when I stumble, still went with my move. If you pray I ain't get up when I fell and get my move. Told them boys yesterday twice, ain't today's price. Tell the boy they gotta double it. Know I had to grind from the morning till the late night. No, I always been a hustler. Told them boys yesterday twice, ain't today's price. Tell the boy they gotta double it. Know I had to grind from the morning till the late night. No, I always been a hustler. Yeah, price just went up, and I'm overcharging. Cause when I got sent up, couldn't get a carton worth of cigarettes. These niggas let the love change. Now I'm on the bigger check, that's my love thing. More baby sold than Epstein Island, I got all kind of grams. Chemists put the Fenty on everything like Rihanna fans. You ain't gotta question the quality, I'm an honest man. Pictures of the baby, cold word sonogram. Trouble with your album, got a budget, come and find me. Trap special, I could write your single for a 9P. Baby wanna choose, I told her not without my feet. Till you put your money where your mouth is, talking cheap. Boy, yesterday price, ain't today's price. Tell the boy they gotta double it. Know I had to grind from the morning till the late night. No, I always been a hustler. Told them boy yesterday price, ain't today's price. Tell the boy they gotta double it. Know I had to grind from the morning till the late night. No, I always been a hustler.
Yeah, we back. Mafia Material Mobcast, episode number 65. Nigga. And next up, we got to talk about the trial shock. Judge disqualified in Julio FOOLIO murder case. What's next for Alicia Andrews? I remember we covered Alicia Andrews. I believe that was episode number 2. We spoke about old Alicia. In fact, we kind of got frustrated with that bitch or whatever. We said she was cooked and we're done with that shit. I was trying to make sense of this whole shit. I'm like, bitch, you over with. You over with. But apparently wasn't cut as dry as we thought. You know what I'm saying? The case surrounding Jacksonville rapper Julio FOOLIO just took a massive unexpected turn, man. Just when we thought Alicia Andrews was headed to her final sentencing, a Florida appeals court stepped in and shook the entire foundation of the trial. Yeah, we're talking about allegations of bias, hostile comments, and a judge being kicked off the bench entirely. Damn. But today we're going to break down why Judge Michelle Cisco was disqualified, what this means for Alicia Andrews' conviction, and why her legal team is now pushing for a total do-over. Let's dive, nigga. So first, we want to talk about the disqualification. So on January 29, 2026, the Florida 2nd District Court of Appeals dropped a bombshell. They officially granted a petition to remove Judge Michelle Cisco from the case. You know what I mean? This isn't just a minor technicality. The appellate court found that the defense's claims of judicial bias were legally sufficient. Basically, they agreed that the judge wasn't playing fair. Her replacement, Chief Judge Christopher Sabella, was ordered to appoint a new judge immediately. And records show that Judge Kimberly Fernandez has already been tapped to take over the seat. Now, why this judge was removed? You know, what did she actually do to get the boot? Her defense attorney, Alicia Andrews' defense attorney, Jeremy McLemont, didn't hold back. You know, he argued that she lost her cold neutrality or whatever and shit. And which is basically a fancy legal way of saying she picked a side. You know, the appeals court highlighted 3 major red flags. Overt hostility, like the defense claimed that Cisco used hostile comments and tried to publicly humiliate them right in front of the jury. Yeah, she's definitely chastising that nigga. I remember that shit. Prompting the prosecution. Now, this is the big one. They alleged that the judge was visibly prompting the state's lawyers during the witness exam and even laughing at the defense. The double standard. You know what I mean? While defense witnesses were reportedly treated harshly and the prosecution's witnesses got a pass, you know, at one point when the defense asked to bring up Andrews' history of domestic violence, the judge allegedly has shut it down. Yeah, that was the big thing, or whatever, with a joke about her own weight or some shit. Like, not a great look, man. You know? So the current status, like, let's recap where the case stands. So back in October 2025, Alicia Andrews was convicted of manslaughter, but acquitted of the heavier first-degree murder and conspiracy charges. She was also supposed to be sentenced in December of 2025, facing up to 15 years in prison, but because of this appeal, everything was on ice. No sentencing date had been set, and Andrews remains in limbo while the new judge gets up to speed on the thousands of pages of testimony. Lord Jesus. And, you know, here's where it gets interesting. So the defense isn't just looking for a lighter sentence from the new judge. They're going for the juggernaut move, a motion for a new trial. McLyman argued that if the judge was biased during the trial, then the entire conviction is tainted. If a new trial is granted, Alicia Andrews could walk back into a courtroom with a clean slate. If not, Judge Fernandez will proceed with sentencing based on the current manslaughter conviction. Now, the disqualification of Michelle Cisco has opened up a massive legal door for Alicia Andrews' defense team. While the original trial ended in a manslaughter conviction, her attorney, Jeremy McLyman, is now arguing that the hostile environment created by the judge prevented key evidence from ever reaching the jury. So if a new trial is granted, here's the specific evidence and testimony that the defense is fighting to introduce. One is the domestic violence and duress defense. This is the centerpiece of the defense strategy. In the first trial, Judge Cisco strictly prohibited the defense from mentioning prior domestic violence between Andrews and her boyfriend, Isaiah Chance. The evidence documented past incidents and testimony regarding Chance's alleged physical and emotional abuse toward Andrews. And the goal, like to establish Andrews' state of mind, the defense argued that she didn't follow Chance to Tampa to help with the murder. She followed him because she was under duress and afraid of the consequences of saying no. Now, under the previous judge, this was ruled irrelevant hearsay. But a new judge could see it as vital context for, her lack of intent. So the other one is the lack of criminal enterprise. The defense wants to pretty much double down on the fact that Alicia Andrews was not part of the Sick Black or any other gang that was involved in the Jacksonville turf war. The evidence, detailed phone forensics and social media history that allegedly shows a lack of gang affiliation, unlike her co-defendants, and all this shit. So, the goal of that is to prove that she had no motive to want Julio FOOLIO, Charles Jones, dead. Now, while the state argues she provided cover for the shooters, the defense wants to use her clean history to show that she was an outsider who was essentially kidnapped, by the circumstances.
A lot of kidnapping going on.
Yeah. A lot of movement, 15 feet, man. I think we damn near like 150 feet this week just in shit that we...
Ain't nobody safe. ICE agents, nobody.
This shit crazy. Even cocktail waitresses,
Everybody
in Miami that allegedly fuck with boxers.
That 15 feet, man. I'm moving
Now,
another 10, and I'm telling them to stop.
I'm gonna move your ass 5 and just punch you 10 times. But number 3 is a rebuttal of digital digital consciousness of guilt. So during the first trial, the prosecution hammered Andrews for deleting text messages and lying to the police, action that usually suggests guilt. The evidence testimony explaining why she deleted the messages tied back to the domestic violence claim. The goal in that is the defense wants to argue that she deleted the messages out of fear of Chance and not because she was covering up, a murder. Now, with the bias ruling in her favor, they believe they can now present these actions as, survival response, more than or rather than, a criminal response and shit like that. They also want to challenge the visible prompting of, witnesses. The defense planned to use the appellate court's finding of judicial bias to challenge specific witness testimonies from the first trial. Transcripts and video of Judge Cisco allegedly visibly prompting the prosecution's witnesses and interrupting defense cross-examinations, you know, to pretty much strike, and they want to do this to strike or re-examine testimony that they believe was unfairly steered by the judge's influences, potentially weakening the state's case that, you know, she was a willing participant in the coordination of the hit. You know, so what's the next move? Now that Judge Kimberly Fernandez has been assigned to the case, you know, the defense's first order of business is filing motion for a new trial. Now, this case had been a fucking circus, bro, from day one, involving gang wars, surveillance teams, and now a disqualified judge. Is justice being served, or just a major fumble by the Florida legal system? Florida be fumbling a lot of shit. This shit crazy, bro. Like, you know, like, I really thought like this was just open and shut. Like, man. And for real, as far as the way they committed the crime is like open and shut. It's just that you got these overzealous judges and prosecutors, you know, like fucking it up on their end. Now, usually in the court, you know, they more so worried about police fucking up evidence and chain of custody. On this go around, it's like the police kind of executed everything the right way. Once y'all got it, like literally, all the law enforcement motherfuckers gave y'all an open and shut case. You ain't even had to do all this bias shit. But what's crazy is like basically Alicia Andrews is up here rag. I mean, well, she's not physically, but like, you know, she basically, her defense is to throw the blame on the co-defendants.
Yeah.
So,
They should have knew that was gonna happen.
If she really got this clean history and no affiliations and she ain't outside like that, then I'm gonna just say this, bro. I don't be wishing jail on nobody. I ain't got no dog in this fight. But I will say this. You in the streets, like I never will put a nigga in a situation, like I'll never take a nigga that's just a hustler, a get money nigga, and try to turn him into a killer. Like, yeah, now you gotta go and kill this nigga. Because if I do and he do that shit based on the fact that he feel like I might do something to him if he say no, and then when he get caught, he starts snitching, I can't really act surprised. The nigga ain't want to do this shit in the first place. I made him do it. And so the same way that I could scare him into killing somebody, they could damn sure scare that nigga into going on the fucking stand.
Damn right.
And that's what y'all got to think about. The nigga that you can scare and pressure into doing some shit, the same way you could do it, the law could fucking do it. So just know when you pressuring that nigga and the pressure come back from that shit, that pressure gonna fall on your ass more than likely. You know what I'm saying? But let me know what y'all think in the comments, man. Should Alicia Andrews get a completely new trial, or should the manslaughter conviction, you know, stand? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Huh?
I think they should give that bitch a new one.
Oh yeah, nah, I definitely agree that she should get a new trial. I mean, look, her defense is her defense. Like her lawyers are doing their job or whatever. They have to defend their client. So whatever defense they can come up with, I mean, now she could sit here and say, no, you know, like I'm not doing that. And then at that point, the lawyer could try to excuse themselves and say, like, you know, like she's not really letting me work. You know what I'm saying? Like I can't fight this shit. She making me fight this shit with one arm. He did, but you know, I mean, because she got convicted. So I mean, like, you know, it ain't too much. Like most snitches don't go to trial and become a defendant. You know what I'm saying? But the thing is, her defense is she's implicating her co-defendant, saying like, yeah, like it happened, but it wasn't like that for me. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't involved to that extent.
I was unwilling participant.
You know what I mean? But yeah, man, definitely let me know in the comments. I'll be reading them shit. You know what I'm saying? Make sure y'all hit that subscribe button. You know, stay updated on, you know, the whole FOOLIO case. You know what I'm saying? Cause yeah, this shit this shit crazy, dog. This shit definitely some wild shit. But at the Alicia Andrews trial, man, the trial shot, judge disqualified in FOOLIO murder case. That's what's next for Alicia Andrews. The Mafia Material MOBCAST. We're gonna take a quick commercial break. We'll be right back after this.
Go to playing with that money, shit get dangerous. Street put him on till he was fucking with some gangsters. With his brains on the pavement, still don't know what he was thinking. Playing with a boss and he ain't even had no ranking. Yeah, when he get it playing with that money, shit get dangerous. Street put him on till he was fucking with some gangsters. With his brains on the pavement, still don't know what he was thinking. Playing with a boss and he ain't even had no ranking. He a grunt, why he even try? He was out of league in the trunk. Turn him into music, let the speakers bleed. Ain't no front, not these other rappers, I'm a different breed. I'm the one that the street been missing. I got what they need. Why they playing on, we don't. City know what we on. Trapping through the virus, never got a PPP loan. Y'all a bunch of R. Kelly bitches, bunch of peons. Put vagina niggas on the shirt, that ain't no V-long. He was talking crazy to them killers acting cute. Playing with that chicken, then the rooster came to roost. I done seen and done it all before I spit it in the booth. If you a op, don't ever worry about a spittle, get a suit. When you go to playing with that money, shit get dangerous. Street put him on till he was fucking with some gangsters. With his brains on the pavement, still don't know what he was thinking. Playing with a boss and he ain't even had no ranking. Yeah, when he get it playing with that money, shit get dangerous. Street put him on till he was fucking with some gangsters. With his brains on the pavement, still don't know what he was thinking. Playing with a boss and he ain't even had no ranking. If your dog is all needed, you can slam dance on that shit. When it come down to that business, you can't stand next to my clique. Vince Carter, Coke and water, NBA jams in my kit. You ain't never been a hustler, you just panhandling drip. Boy, these fans really falling for the captains, leave me baffled. Giving stripes to all their favorite rappers, knowing that they ratted. Got a tail in the mic and Mary Jean, you finna tattle me. I'm solid, even when they snake me, I ain't never rattled. Yeah, I'm sticking to the code, I ain't never had no pick. Most these niggas really hoes out here telling on they kids. I ain't worried about no get back, you ain't never standing no business. Catch me standing over your nigga from the back, look like I'm pissed. When you go to playing with that money, shit get dangerous. Street put him on till he was fucking with some gangsters. With his brains on the pavement, still don't know what he was thinking. Playing with a boss and he ain't even had no ranking. Yeah, when he get it playing with that money, shit get dangerous. Street put him on till he was fucking with some gangsters. With his brains on the pavement, still don't know what he was thinking. Playing with a boss and he ain't even had no ranking.
Yeah, right back at you. Mafia Material MOBCAST, episode 65. MOBCAST Chronicle. Yeah, that real nigga news. It's your boy Daylight, man. My bro host World Pest in here. Next up, we got to talk about Informant. White boy Rick attend Big Meat party. Actually got a little clip here, courtesy of Baby Truth, 263 BMF song. What up, BK, man? You gotta talk, man. Not about this per se. We could talk about this, but you know, we gotta talk about some other shit, man. Like I'm a holler at you. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, let me pull this up. I was watching this shit, seeing all the little clips that everybody was putting up. Covered the story about MEECH involvement with Club 24K. You know what I mean? And they were throwing the welcome home party since he got off house arrest and whatnot. So we got some footage, you know what I'm saying? The homie Baby True, a couple of them, you know, mob members took a trip down to Miami from Detroit. Celebrate, you know, they OG being home. You know what I mean? So let's look at I want y'all to see what I saw.
That shit count. That chain around your neck, nigga, that shit count. You popping bottles in the club, nigga, that shit.
Say like a real nigga. That's real. They gon' tell you that we live niggas. That's a geek.
They want to see this shit. They want to see what this shit look like, man.
You said he's on the other side, right?
Hello. Right here. Hold on. Let me go back.
On the other side, right?
Not on the right side.
Now I wasn't too sure when I first seen him right here. White dude with the bald head. Yeah, that grip. Me pulled up in a Dodge truck. No Lambo, no Phantom, they go good. And I'm supposed to be a man.
Yo, wait. Bro.
I know one party is with me. I'll say, let it to me. We trying to be low key. Ain't no low key to this shit. We're trying to be low key. Pull up in my truck. God damn.
There go pimping Ken.
I got a question, Pimpin' Kid. Now,
He's on. Gave him one of them. He gave one of them Alpo hugs. Yeah, hold on to you for a minute.
yeah, I got
Like Ray
a
Charles, man,
question.
he just be.
I got a question.
What up?
I got a question, Pimpin' Kid. Now, I don't know, Ken. You're around a lot of cheese eaters, man.
Yeah,
Like,
man, that's what I was like. Yeah,
that's a lot of bitten
like
cheese out there.
man, listen. I'm sitting here and I go like, and I jump in the comments when I seen it, and the first thing I write is I said, I just see, is that white boy Rick I see? You know what I'm saying? So then he's like, yeah, like that's him and shit like that. So I'm like, I wish a nigga that told or had that type of snitch jacket would have tried to dap me up at my welcome home party, nigga. After I just did 20 behind a snitch. Like, boy, you hell.
Nigga can't even be there, bro. Fuck that. You ain't got to worry
Like,
about him doing all that. Nigga ain't even gonna be there.
oh God. Like, listen, man. This is my whole shit, right? See, even with that, like the homie Marlo, because he went out there, whatever, with the guys, he was like, you know, he think that Meech had protected like Rick and the Fed, but I don't even think Rick went to the Fed. I think Rick did all his time in Michigan State. You know what I'm saying? That was a Michigan case. I don't think, but we're gonna get into it. We're gonna find out because we're gonna do a spill on White Boy Rick. You understand what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I came prepared. We're gonna let y'all know who exactly, you know, Meech got, you know, all this gonna do that copyright shit. But like, yeah, so you know, my thing is like this, bro. When it comes down to the whole like snitch factor or like whatever their relationship is, BK said that White Boy Rick was out there partying the night before, and he was, you know, he was just there. He said what up to dude, and you know that was that. My whole thing is the night before had to do with tonight.
Do him
Like,
being
why
there.
would
Fuck
you do
that.
that?
That's
My
do him
shit
being
tonight.
there now.
Like the fuck, but you know, cause like, see, I say they cool, cause you know they had Eminem play White Boy Rick in the BMF shit. Like they did, like not no big role, but they had him standing there, and when he was walking around with Sterling, the nigga that was playing Sterling, that with the leader of the PA boys, you know, with T Stucky and all that, allegedly, you know, free T Stuck, motherfucking you like, you don't know who that is? That's White Boy Vic. You know what I'm saying? So this is the whole shit. Say we cool and you went out bad, right? See, I don't have to be at your top. You know what I'm saying? And I cannot talk bad about your situation. But the same way I'm gonna respect, you know, that you did whatever you felt like you had to do. You gotta respect my gangster and my situation and not put me in predicaments where, you know, you popping up, you know, coming around me and then had niggas questioning, you know, what the fuck I'm on. You know, and that's why I created the distance between me and the Charles Cosby nigga with Cocaine Cowboys and shit. I ain't start going at him until, you know, that nigga start, you know, doing the weirdo shit and, you know, playing, you know, lying on my name and shit. Other than that, we ain't had no problem. You
Fuck
feel
that
me?
Tito Jackson looking motherfucker.
But yeah, man. While we on the subject of White Boy Rick, you know, the informant, let's get into the story, man. The FBI child soldier, the twisted saga of White Boy Rick. Oh, this a smoker. Y'all know I be doing my little investigative reporting. We gonna talk about Ricky. What's up with these niggas named Ricky, man? You got Finesse 2 times. You got this nigga. Got Ricky
All of them
Smiley.
bad.
Supposed to be the Money Mike and shit. You know what I'm saying?
All of them bad.
But yeah, the FBI child soldier, man. All right. So, where do we start with white boy Rick, man? Shit. You know, we talk about, you know, living the life, but most people just see, you know, the movies and all that. Like in the 80s, you know, Detroit wasn't no fucking movie. Like, y'all, I'm pretty sure all of y'all on YouTube seeing all the documentaries and shit like that. You know, y'all seen my T. Stuckey documentary. Y'all know what Detroit was like. You know what I mean? It was a war zone and shit. The Murder City. And right in the middle of the smoke, we got a 14-year-old white kid named Rick Wershey Jr. But here's the kicker. He wasn't just some street kid trying to come up. You know, he was an employee. And his bosses, the FBI. Yeah, he like a federal, like white Larry Davis or some shit. You understand what I'm saying? Now, today, we're going to tap into the somewhat legendary, tragic, and just straight up cold-blooded story of white boy Rick. The kid the Fed built. Then they buried his ass. Well, let's get into the recruitment, right? So picture this. It's 1984, year I was born. Rick Wershey is 14. Most kids are worried about gym class. You know what I mean? Rick is being taught by the G-men how to move weight. His pop, Rick Sr., was a hustling nigga himself. He sold illegal guns and shit. So he reached out to the Fed because his daughter was dating a heavy hitter in the Curry Brothers gang. You understand what I'm saying? John Curry and them. You know, we'll do a spill on them niggas one day and shit. But the FBI saw an opening. They didn't just take the info. They gave a 14-year-old kid a bankroll and told him, go play. Pretty much. You know, they indoctrinated this nigga. You know, fam, like, they taught him the game, you know what I mean, so that he could infiltrate Johnny Curry's crew. And Rick, he was just too good at the shit. You know what I'm saying? He ended up, Johnny Curry actually was dating, he was dating the mayor's niece at one point, which was Johnny Curry's wife, you know, Kathy Balson and shit. And, you know, rubbing elbows with the elite, bro, at 15. Bringing the feds intel that took down 20 people. Kingpin, dirty cop, the whole 9 yards, nigga. But when the heat got too close to the mayor's office, the feds did what they do, man. They cut that nigga loose. Yeah, no protection, no thank you, just a good luck, kid. Get your goofy ass on. So now here's where, you know, once the feds dipped, Rick did the only thing he knew. He stayed in the game. But he wasn't a kingpin and shit. He was a mid-level dealer at best, from what they're saying. Well, you know what his story is. In 87, the law caught up a traffic stop, a stash of 8 bricks nearby, and boom. Rick's 17-year-old, you know, he's a 17-year-old facing the 650 to lifer law. So basically, in Michigan back then, if you had more than 650 grams, that was life without parole. Yeah, not even a whole brick, nigga. So the media went crazy. They created this monster, white boy Rick. You know what I'm saying? They painted him like he was Scarface and some shit like that. But they say in reality, he was a kid the government groomed and then threw to the wolves to cover, you know, their own tracks and shit. right? Now, here's where the shit gets interesting, man. The hitman and the hustle. So now, this shit gets real cinematic. We enter the world of Nate Boone Craft, a stone cold hitman from the Best Friend gang. You know, they
My
was
nigga. I
somebody
fucks
Rick.
with Boom.
Huh?
I fucks with Boom. I like Boom. My nigga.
Boone a rat.
Yeah, I know.
But yeah, man, this man admitted to 30 bodies. Now, Boone was allegedly hired by a high-ranking Detroit official, not a gangster, but a politician, to take out Rick. Why? Because Rick knew where the bodies were buried in City Hall. Boone tried to drive by, you know what I'm saying, but his Mac 11 jammed. He waited with a sniper rifle at the courthouse, but Rick took the back door. Now, fast forward 30 years later, you think, you know, Boone would hate him, right? Nah. Boone became Rick's biggest advocate. You know what I'm saying? He's at the parole hearings like, I killed 30 people and I'm out. This man sold some powder as a kid and he's still in. That's a glitch in the system. That's what he said. Now, when the hitman is the one calling for your justice, you know the system is cooked, right?
Boom still trying to collect on that, man.
Yeah, you can get some brownie points or whatever for that shit, you know. But I mean,
Nah,
shit, this
Boom,
is snitch or snitch. Well, I look
nah,
at it.
Boom trying to collect on that ticket on his head, man. He know he get him on the street. He know he get him on the street. I think he still get that money.
Oh shit! So then comes July 20th, 2020. After 32 years and 7 months, or 32 years, 7 months, and 14 days, white boy Rick Worshey Jr. finally breathed free air. He went in a boy and came out a 50-year-old man. And he didn't just sit down though. You know what I'm saying? He launched the cannabis brand, started advocating for prison reform, and even swung back at the law with $100 million lawsuit for child abuse. You know, it got tossed out on the technicality and shit, but the message was sent. You know, he's not the villain in this story. You feel me? Now, white boy Rick is, a reminder that the streets is cold, but the system much colder. But I mean, once you get in the streets, you kind of supposed to understand it. It's like one of the first things that you kind of figure out. You know, they'll use you while you're useful and then bury you when you're a fucking liability. And that's a good reason. That should be a good fucking sign of why you bitch ass niggas shouldn't sit there and be working with these fucking people. Because Rick survived the gangs and the hitman and, these decades, 3 decades in the cage. Y'all goofy ass might not.
Yeah, and I'm quite sure he survived in jail just off of who he is. So
Yeah, like, see, here's the thing, bro. I told him, Marlo, he was saying, like, Rick was the kid when, he got caught up. Here's the whole thing. All right. Let's just say, give you the pass and say, like, yeah, 14, you was just a kid and, like, you got dragged into this shit because your daddy wanted to basically, your daddy snitched on a nigga for fucking his daughter. That's number one. Like that's just fucking like I don't know what that is, nigga. You understand what I'm saying? Like unless, and then see, here's the shit. Like with that, right? If your daddy was a regular working class nigga going to the Ford plant every day, General Motors nigga, paying taxes, and you know it's some drug dealer that's like, you know, turning his daughter on the drugs and doing all this other shit, and he called the police, he a civilian. That's what he's supposed to do. You're a fucking concerned parent. But your daddy is out here selling guns and shit to the same type of people that he calling the fucking feds on for fucking his daughter.
I the one that blew that nigga ass halfway down the block.
You understand what I'm saying? Then they drag you into it. Now, here's the whole crazy shit. All right, you a kid, you got dragged into it. Watch this. When they ditch your ass, because now at this point you've been in the game playing this shit for like 3 years. When they ditch you at 17 or whatever, or 16, whatever it was, and you decide to stay in the game, you didn't already experience how the law works or whatever and how they'll, you know, switch up on you. So why didn't you become more loyal to the street? Because at that point, the street kept their promise to you. You got bread. You was having motion out there. You was the white boy with a past in Black Detroit. Like, you had all the perks, my nigga. You fucking the mayor's niece and shit. So, I mean, like, really, the streets have been better to you than the FBI who put you in the situation in the first place. But even after they turned on you, you still chose to be a rat after you got caught with the 8 brick. Now, I say this. I got in the game selling heroin. Yeah, we ain't selling no coke, nigga. You know what I'm saying? So, we're about 13, 14 years old. Like the first time I, you know what I'm saying? Now, even at that point, like I told Marlo, like, bro, at 14, I had enough of a fucking mind, like wicked enough to think about taking a nigga corner, a nigga block. Like, you understand what I'm saying? So, to me, it's like, I'm fair game. I wouldn't have been out there like, oh, I'm a kid. You're not supposed to. Remember what I told you, well, when I was in the trap? He said, what are you going to do? You're a kid. I'm like, oh, yeah? Can a kid do this? Fuck that nigga up. Like, what are you talking?
Get a kid do this. That should have me dying, bro.
Yo, so the whole thing about it is like this. Okay, so cool, bro. I'm all the way out there, whatever. I'm just really getting my waistline wet now. Like, you know, I was getting my feet wet before. Like, you know what I mean? Now I'm way deep in the shit. By 17, nigga, I'm in this shit to my fucking neck. And I know, nigga, you get bagged, don't say nothing. Don't write nothing. Don't talk to nobody inside about no case. Don't have no conversation about the case on no jail phone. The jail phone is just to let niggas know that you in jail.
Mm-hmm.
You want to talk to the homie, talk to the lawyer. Let the lawyer talk to the homie. You can give him permission. If you're really smart, somebody in the crew go and get a private investigator's license. That way they could be a part of your defense team and you have the same privilege that you know, thing. And if you're super slick, let your girl do it. That way, while you in that little confidential meeting, you can get you a little, yeah. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you, man. I wouldn't tell you something. I wouldn't waste my time telling you something that wasn't right. You know what I'm saying? R.I.P. Betty Wright, man. Well, what do y'all think, man? Was White Boy Rick a victim of the state? Or did he just play a high-stake game and lose? You know what I'm saying? And then he decided to tell. Drop a comment. And don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. You got to keep telling y'all that. Yeah, that's what they say. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, and smash that notification bell so you can be alerted next time we do more deep dives from the concrete jungle of the United Mob States of America. White boy Rick, man.
Break it.
Victory! This shit is crazy. But yeah, man. This is what's going on with Ricky. Mafia Material MOBCAST, episode number 65. We'll take another quick commercial break and we'll be right back after this.
Daylight. Dollars rule under what? Mobbing on earth, boy. Yeah, I'm on drugs too.
Trapping out of town, finna have this bitch on lockdown. Anytime it's up, you know it's stuck, and then I got down. 1,000 grand of powder, baby, watch me break the block down. 56 a sample, finna have this bitch on lockdown. Trapping out of town, finna have this bitch on lockdown. Anytime it's up, you know it's stuck, and then I got down. 1,000 grand of powder, baby, watch me break the block down. 56 a sample, finna have this bitch on lockdown. Yeah, pack out in the trenches, it's a takeover. They say they've been waiting here to tell them that the wait over. Lot of suckers in position, hard not to take notice. The gang got ugly for the real, I'm here to get a makeover. I got a new plug in the trap, I'm full of bias. 2 onions worth of pictures, look like I was passing flyers. Product you could trust, it's what I was advertising. Look like NBA jams where I'm out here passing fire. And I'm packing fire. So my best advice is don't get gangster with me. Not no Irishman for painting houses, trying to paint the city. Worrying about no conflict, can't do nothing in the paint with me. Mafia, nothing, fuck whoever if they ain't with me. Out of town, finna have this bitch on lockdown. Anytime it's up, you know it's stuck, and then I got down. 1,000 grand of powder, baby, watch me break the block down. 56 a sample, finna have this bitch on lockdown. Trapping out of town, finna have this bitch on lockdown. Anytime it's up, you know it's stuck, and then I got down. 1,000 grand of powder, baby, watch me break the block down. 56 a sample, finna have this bitch on lockdown. Break the bowl with a fork, we call it scratching the living. Break a 28 to .3, letting them go for 50. That's a 93, count 186 pictures, 46.50 before I pay the runners and I tip them. Multiply the number by 34, now how we looking? Taking half the profits, fuck up the store downtown in Brooklyn. I ain't like my choices, I saw a chance and went and took it. Served people elbows for I saw what the rocket cooking. For that pain, you can meet the Undertaker, that's a promise. And I'm stone cold, so I don't never wrestle with my conscience. When poles get pointed like decimals over commas, better dive like a ram, cause this goat move with a llama. Out of town, finna have this bitch on lockdown. Anytime it's up, you know it's stuck, and then I got down. 1,000 grand of powder, baby, watch me break the block down. 56 a sample, finna have this bitch on lockdown. Trapping out of town, finna have this bitch on lockdown. Anytime it's up, you know it's stuck, and then I got down. 1,000 grand of powder, baby, watch me break the block down. 56 a sample, finna have this bitch on lockdown.
Yeah. Guess who's Bazak? Still on the block with them O's. The Mafia Material MOBCAST. Yeah, man. So,
Scarface.
ha, yeah. Motherfucking, before we dip out, man, we gotta have the conversation that's been rocking the hip hop nation. Oh yeah, none other than I talk about Fabulous versus Lloyd Banks. The punchline king debate just got messy. Oh yeah. Messy.
Going with my Route 5 nigga, man. Shout out to Brooklyn.
So, New York hip hop fans, man, we got to talk. I mean, bar fans in general. You know what I'm saying? The internet just reignited one of the most heated debates in the culture. Fabulous versus Lloyd Banks. And it all kicked off again, you know, in January 2026 after Tony Yayo and Uncle Murder sat down with the Breakfast Club. What started as a conversation about lyrical greatness turned into a viral firestorm involving 50 Cent, of course. You know, allegations of laziness, you know, and a deep dive into two of the most you say lyrical catalogs, legendary, if you will, in the game, man. Today we breaking down the state, or the stats, the shade, and the lazy narrative that got everybody talking. So, the spark, right? Tony Yayo versus the Breakfast Club. Like, so Yayo went on the Breakfast Club, and you know he didn't stutter. You know, he picked Lloyd Banks as the superior artist, point blank. His reasoning: Banks is still overseas, still selling out international tours, eating caviar pancakes, and keeping that pen sharper than ever.
Man, that shit don't mean nothing.
You said what?
That shit don't mean nothing, man.
Nah, for real, like. So
Nigga, Michael
then,
Jackson. Listen, man, Michael
yeah,
Jackson was going on tour. 50 Cent just went on tour overseas. 50 Cent ain't dropped an album in how long? He went on tour off his first album. Shit don't mean nothing. Put the bars up.
so yeah, like that shit was the whole point that like Charlemagne and DJ Envy, you know what I'm saying? Like they weren't having this. Like they gave Banks, you know, his flowers for, you know, the lyricism and everything like that, but they argued that Fabulous simply had the better overall catalog of hits. You talk about the guy who owned the R&B hip hop crossover ever. Like, well, after Big, you know, was gone, of course, you know what I'm saying? Like, but yeah, like, I mean, he pretty much kind of fell in that slot. You know what I'm saying? For real. You know, it's the classic debate. I mean, if you was outside during the mixtape era, this was definitely a conversation being had, you know, as far as who had the line. You know, punchline. Now the whole thing is niggas start turning this shit into punchline assassins versus king of the charts. It's like,
Yeah, that ain't got. That's two different lanes.
well, yeah, because like the thing is, niggas just are gonna jump all over the place once they make a point. So it's like, look, nigga might say, okay, this one he got better bars, and so somebody will jump to, yeah, but he made better songs and all this other shit. And then once they prove a point with the song, or like the other person might, you know, beat their point with the song, they'll find like they'll go back to the bars. Like, well, he still could rap. Like, 'cause in that time, they'll remember a line or something that they
Yeah,
can, you know, use to like
but see, you a real rapper like I'm a real rapper. Nigga. You know that song shit don't really mean shit bar for bar, nigga. Like you got niggas that just make better songs than niggas. So that don't mean they actually a
yeah,
better rapper. Uh,
like when we
Shit, Diddy
have a
made a lot of sense.
conversation, when I hear somebody say who's the better rapper, I'm not really thinking about the context of songwriting and all of that shit. Like I'm looking at the bare minimum. You strip everything away. The clothes, the jewelry, meaning like, yo, if I could put you out here and nothing more than like some basketball shorts, flip flops, and like a white beard, can you still be captivating enough with your word where nobody is paying attention to the fact of like how you dress, what the fuck is that shit?
And Fab is the #1 candidate for that. And that's actual proof in his career.
You know what I'm saying?
Because
So
when Fab first came out, nigga, Fab was still in high school. Nigga, ain't nobody know who Fab was. Ain't nobody know what Fab looked like. But niggas remember that
yeah,
little nigga be on in that goddamn Hot 97 freestyle with Noriega though.
yeah. I mean, like the
Banks
thing
got
about it, you know,
Banks kind of got ushered into the game, so his come up was different.
yeah. Well, I mean, the thing about it is this. To be honest, both of them niggas kind of got the same come up story, right? So it's like this. Look, neither Banks or Fab was like, you know, like they from the streets, but they wasn't like outside super active type niggas and shit. They were young, like, you know, you could say young lyrical prodigies that were on a few mixtapes before they found a nigga that they could really roll with. You know what I'm saying? And basically that crew that they got with was what stamped their career. And to this day, they haven't been affiliated with, like, you don't think of anything else or whatever when you think about Lloyd Banks. When you think about Fabulous, you think about Desert Storm. When you think about Lloyd Banks, you think about G Unit. Like, there's nothing else that you really tied to them niggas. Even with Fabulous being Street Fam and all that shit or whatever, like, you still don't even think about Street Fam when you think about Fabulous. You think about Desert Storm.
Man, Street Fam is his shit.
Yeah, but what I mean is, like, from the thing
Banks,
of like how you
Banks ain't,
associate their
Banks
career.
ain't, yeah, Banks ain't got no crew. Cause remember, he had the shit, and then Game
Well, he
stole his
had
emblem.
Joppy, you know, like that was his initially.
Yeah,
That
but
was his crew.
you see the difference. Fab got Street Fam. Banks got what? Jim Jones got Bird Gang Vampire Life. Freaky Zeke got 730. Banks got,
Yeah, well,
you
and
know what
then
I'm saying?
but you have to understand too, like, see, Banks' situation is being with 50 at the time and everything, like all the smoke 50 had going on and shit, like, you know, them niggas couldn't really operate it. It was like you had no choice but to play nice with your brothers because, like, the big homie ain't letting you go outside to play with nobody else. And you don't
Yeah,
even, like, you know, it's like,
but
but
he still could have built his own crew. Like everybody else had their own crews. Like oh, they just actually
look, if you think about
like
it
ain't
though, but
start
listen,
their own label.
he did at one point. Here's the whole thing. He did at one point because if you remember when they were doing the Beauty of Independence run or the Beast of G Unit and all that, when they did the little reunion shit together, they had a little couple EPs with that shit and all that. They had the
Yeah,
nigga Kid in the mix and all that. So 50 sat down and talked about how, you know, as time went on, you know, everybody went on and established their own crews. And he talked about how, you know, they were the big homie of their crew, but the thing that would happen
yeah.
is
Until
when 50
when he come
around,
around. Yeah,
he's the big homie. You get what I'm saying? So crews were established. Like Joppy said, like he was with Banks in them. Like, you know what I mean? Like that was like
no,
really his crew. Like Joppy wasn't
no, you missed.
50.
No, that's not what
It
I'm
was just
talking about. That's not what I'm talking about. Like like Street Fam is Fabulous at his that's his label. Vampire Life Bird Gang, that was Jim Jones' label. 730 Dipset, that's
yeah,
Freaky Zeke label. Like that's what I'm saying. Like
but
that.
this is the point I'm saying. Who came out on Street Fan? Who came out on Vampire like outside of
Shit.
YouTube and mixtape shit? Who came out?
Let me see. Frank Billionaire was supposed to come out, but I don't know what the fuck happened with that. It was some sideways shit with that. He
Come
ain't
on
come out.
now, like you see what I'm saying? Like the reach. It's like
I mean,
if we got a
that's not
reach
no,
for it.
that's not a reach. I mean, my nigga, you asked the question. Nigga, Frank
No,
Billionaire can
I know,
spit.
but I'm just saying, like my nigga, Frank Billionaire, like listen, man.
No, by the time I found out about the nigga wasn't even on Street Fam no more. Like,
Yeah, this is what I'm saying. Like
I found out
I
about the
know,
nigga, but listen, I found out about the nigga from fucking listening to some PD crack shit. So like,
yeah. So this is what I'm saying. Like even in that. So it's like, all right,
But still,
listen,
but listen,
what we know Street
but
Fam
wait, that's
for,
not the
listen, what we know
wait, but
Street
that's not
Fam
the point I
for
was
is,
trying to put you.
yeah,
But still, in all, you know the name Street Fam. You know what I'm saying? That's still associated with the nigga. That's what I'm saying. Like that's the only thing Banks really missing between the two of them is him like an actual a name or a label, whatever the fuck they want to call it for his crew. You see what I'm saying?
yeah,
Like
I
that's what
get,
I'm saying. That's the only
yeah,
difference
I
between them,
just
really.
think, yeah, like, could you, like, all right, yeah, like your little crew don't have a name. It's just Banks and his niggas. You understand what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah,
I
that's
get
what I'm
that.
saying.
But the whole shit is like, nigga, listen, I would say out of anybody, you know what I mean, since you brought Jimmy into it, I mean, shit, Jimmy has a more established crew as far as like, we know them niggas for shit. Like, we know Trav for having records, even if you don't know a Trav record. You understand what I'm saying? Like, or whoever, like, so the whole shit is like, I don't know, it's like, I
I
mean,
know him
shit,
from
we know,
being
huh? Like,
I know him
out of
from
shit,
being on Jim Jones shit. I had him confused with the tribe that was part of Team Allis. I thought that was that tribe at first.
yeah,
And
but
then
what
nigga
I'm
told me,
saying
nah,
is,
that's not
you
that tribe.
still know that this nigga is an artist and that he makes music because he's been visible as a Bird Gang or Vampire Life artist. So like I could even give that to Jimmy. I mean, Jimmy's not even, like really in this conversation, but but the whole point is this, right? Like let's look at the tape. Right. So on one side you have, Loso, Fabulous, the king of you said longevity. He got the radio anthem, Into You, Can't Let You Go, Make Me Better. He's
Baby,
the guy. Yeah, he's the
breathe.
guy that, yeah, breathe, all that
What's
shit.
the
Like
other
he's
one?
the guy that bridges the streets and the clubs, you know what I'm saying, for over 2 decades. Then you got Banks or whatever, reputed punchline king. He dropped the hunger for more, which, is certified, classic, gave us On Fire. The ultimate anthem he had was the Beamer Benz and Bentley. Bank's strength isn't just in the isn't so much more so like in the hits, even though he said that he learned how to write hits, like 50 was the one that taught him how to write hits. He even did a whole breakdown of how he formulate his verses and all that shit. And he writing 4-bar like segments and shit, which I was explaining to y'all, on one of these episodes. Now, Banks, it's pretty much the dark, gritty, like his metaphors I feel like are a little darker. Like Fab shit be dark, like it be like morbid and shit. But it's kind of like the way he presents it is kind of like a joke. Like it's like it's sarcasm in it. You know what I mean?
He is Scorpio, nigga.
You know what I'm saying? I didn't even realize that nigga was a
His birthday day before mine.
oh shit. Yeah, I didn't even know. Yeah, but yeah, like definitely listen. Banks was definitely a nigga on the mixtapes when he started dropping and shit that had niggas rewinding shit. Like I mean, I could go off the top or whatever, ringing the doorbell. After pressing the doorbell, the only way she get a ring on her finger. Fucking up the sheets like the Ku Klux Klan, or fucking like the thing. Now, here's the crazy shit I say. Like I was trying to do a comparison. Like remember how I did like Cuban Link and Jadakiss freestyle. Like I saw the shit about the victory beat
Hmm.
when you tagged me in the comments. Banks had the better victory freestyle.
Yeah, yeah, of course.
You know what I'm saying? So I was like, it's
That's
a
without
good,
question.
huh?
I said that's without question.
Yeah. But
I would,
look, the
I,
whole thing, yeah, go ahead.
I
My
was,
bad.
I was saying we might have to actually just get on that. When nigga pissed me off when he said that. Banks own the victory beat. Oh yeah, motherfucker.
You said what?
I said nigga just pissed me off when he said that shit in the comment. Bank own the victory beat. Oh yeah, motherfucker. We might have to change that.
Like, bro, because I don't know, like the thing I like about the whole debate is out of all the debate that we usually see, on this subject like this, as far as like artist versus artist, this shit makes the most sense. Like this is the versus that if it happened, it's legit. In my opinion. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? But the other shit is, this nigga 50 couldn't stay quiet. So, this nigga had jumped on Instagram with a post, that he later deleted, calling the whole debate a tie. But in true 50 fashion, like, that shit came with some heavy ass shade and shit, right? So he called both Fabulous and Banks lazy and claimed that they think they're better than everyone else and haven't put in enough work to sell records at this stage of their career. Now, this isn't new for 50 because he's been calling Banks spoiled milk for years. But calling Fab lazy,
I
that
don't know
kind of
about
set
that one.
social media on fire. I don't know about that shit.
Yeah, I
You
don't know
know what I'm
about that
saying?
one.
Like, I
Cause
don't know about Fab
you
being
can't
like,
you
because
can't
the
say
thing
that
about it,
because Fab been putting out mixtapes and mixtape series consistently over the years. So I mean, like he
well,
been
look, if
working.
we look
He
at
just ain't putting out no official albums. Like, that's the only thing.
the recent work, the lazy tag, hit differently. Cause Lloyd Banks, I was doing something like he's been on an absolute like,
Yeah, he ended because he
yeah,
independent
with the
now.
whole Curse of the Inevitable trilogy and shit.
Yeah, because he
You know what I'm
independent
saying?
now.
Like, yeah,
Fab,
like that's
Fab's still under his old contract. That's why Fab said he's not putting out no albums. He's still trying to renegotiate
yeah,
his contract. That's the only reason he really been putting out the mixtapes, the leaks and all that. That's even though he's still under old contract, that means he still get he not under 360. So any merchandise, mixtape shit that he put out, he still eat off 100%. So that's how he's been keeping his shit up. That's why he go hard with the mixtapes. Now, if you put the album out, then he going, I guess whatever shit he got going on with his contract is, nah, man, he ain't gonna get what he want. So until he said that shit on that on their podcast until he renegotiated this shit. But I seen on the
yeah.
some
Nah, I
white
mean
boy
he
roasted
hasn't
that
dropped
nigga.
a cohesive. Yeah, he hasn't dropped a cohesive album in years. Like,
Yeah,
what I'm saying? He's been the king of like features and like, he said the summertime shootout mixtapes,
yeah, the mixtapes
but
and shit.
you
But
know,
he ran it.
but
Some white boy did
as
some sidewalk interview with him. He said he putting out an album this year, 2026. Said he
yeah,
pulling out
yeah,
some stuff.
I saw that
So
shit when we
I
getting
guess
in
he
the
got his shit.
room.
I guess he got his shit right with his contract or whatever. So we'll see.
Yeah, I mean shit. Or,
But Banks
we might
definitely
be
been on
going.
the rampage though. He definitely been on the road ever since he got out his
Yeah, like
he got out his contract. He been on the road.
as of right now, like, what I'm saying, like Banks, as far as the work, as far as the output, what I mean, he winning on that shit.
Yeah, right
So,
now.
the whole crazy shit is, like, I don't know, like, I don't think, like, with Fab, I don't think it's a thing of laziness. I think it's just a thing of, like, a
Just the
nigga enjoy
contract.
fruits of a legendary career. Like, because I mean, shit, we just found out on the Let's Rap About It podcast, the nigga up like 25 mil or some shit.
Yeah. And you gotta
You
realize
know?
for a nigga that ain't putting out no albums, you know what I mean? Like if you think about it, a nigga that they ain't really putting like he's calling a nigga lazy, he's still up 25 M's over the whole 20 year career he done been having. So, you know what I mean? Like shit. You don't hear about Fabulous getting his house foreclosed and license shit going up.
I mean, yeah, good shit. Like, you know.
You might hear about it knocking a bitch teeth out, but I mean, you go outside and see that.
Yeah, I seen that shit or whatever. Like, hey man, shit, Krishan Rock or whatever had a missing tooth and she became famous for it. You know what I'm saying? Capitalized it. You
I
know.
mean, shit. But Blueface ain't knocked that tooth out. The bitch knocked that tooth out. Yeah.
Well, here's the $1 million question, yo. If you're starting the label today, who are you signing? The hit maker
Fab.
with the crossover appeal, or the lyrical purist who can, you know, rhyme circles around niggas?
I'm gonna go
And what
with
do you
Fab.
got? Yeah, I'd probably
And I'm gonna tell you why. It's not even cause like we both say it's basically the same person, but just the work ethic. Because when the nigga was at the top of the game, he still wasn't really pushing out like how he should have. You know what I mean? I don't know what the fuck the deal was back then, but
you talking about with Banks?
yeah, like even like with the rest
Well,
of
I
them
mean, if
niggas.
you think about it, like, well, look, I put it like this, right? When you think about output and you think about G Unit, you have to consider that there was a G Unit radio dropping every week. And every time that shit was dropping, like it was some new shit on there from like everybody. So like niggas was definitely however their turnaround was, like, you know, everybody was working, I think, back then. You know what I'm saying? I think what happened was
Once they got the
once,
money.
well, yeah, like once like the real bread came and you know, and like, you know, shit, life, like now nigga got their own crew, their own motion, they're the niggas being checked for and all this other shit. It's a different thing. Like you even heard the story that 50 told about, you know, he had got them all the Reebok money, and then
Hmm.
they had, and then he said, look under the table, look at your feet.
Ain't nobody had shit on
You
Reebok.
get your check next to me, like don't say shit. Not promoting the brand. You know what I mean? And yeah, man, like, you know, let us know shit on the subject of 50. What y'all think about 50 Cent comments, man? Is he being you know, being a hater? I don't know if I think 50 just being 50. I
You know
remember
what I
like 50
you
to
know what
talk
I
to them
think they
niggas
should do?
crazy.
You know what I think they
Huh?
should do? I think both
What's
of
up?
them should make both both of them should make another diss song in 50 and see who got the better one.
Word. That shit crazy. You
Because
know what I'm saying?
Banks got songs dissing 50 on the COI series. He got a couple songs dissing 50. And you know Fab
Yeah,
put out
I
that
seen that shit. I
you know
seen
Fab
some
put out
shit.
but see you see the crazy thing is right between the two, he got a couple songs dissing 50. Fab got a freestyle dissing 50. The freestyle was bigger than the songs.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, but the freestyle, the whole crazy shit about it is this though. In the words of Murder Mook, before a nigga jumped the nigga, like Banks. I'll put it like this: Bank going at 50 or just having, you know, the 40. Cause like, all right, to me it was different. Like when Buck went at 50, when Game went at 50, I looked at that shit different because 50 was their CEO, but he wasn't their big homie. Like them niggas came from under that structure. Banks had only been under 50, like Banks and Yale, like they've only been under one guy. Like they came up under the guy that was the big nigga in their area. Whereas Buck and Game were the faces of their city. You know what I'm saying? Like at the time. So they already have a following and shit that's not attached to, you know, 50 Cent, because by them being from the same part of Queens, who's your crew gonna be? You already with the big homie. So that's why I say, like, when Banks leaves and then he takes a stand and said that he gonna pop it at 50, that shit, I don't know, to me it's like it takes a little more. It's like you gotta really go over there, like, you know, do the drill on your brother, as opposed to just, you know, a nigga like, I met this nigga, we got some money together, you know what I'm saying, and now we not cool no more. And like, you know, he went at the nigga by himself multiple times. And then what's crazy is, you know, like, I mean, outside of the video, I don't think 50 gonna respond to any of these niggas. Like, I don't know if they're gonna be a song or whatever. Like, I don't
Not
know.
no time soon.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
50 gonna
yeah,
pull. He gonna pull the Jay-Z move. He gonna respond when he want to in the song.
yeah, and then just that shit gonna be a catastrophe. Like, I
He
think
going
the whole thing with
he
the
gonna troll. He gonna troll and do shit like that. But
yeah,
as far as musically, he gonna respond when he want to. You gotta realize 50 don't really be making music now unless it's for a show or for a
yeah,
movie.
for the show or
So
you know, like yeah,
so it ain't
you know,
like unless he makes something where whatever he's saying or the music coincide with whatever going on in the scene he got playing, it ain't really gonna be nothing about none of them niggas.
yeah. I mean that nigga got a fucking film studio and shit to build. Like that nigga got a different itinerary. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Like
yeah, this shit different. He
it's
ain't
like
worried
that.
about them niggas.
I'll get to it when I get to it. Like you know what I'm saying? Because you're still gonna want the attention when I'm done doing what I'm doing over here.
Hmm.
And you know, like that's you know, that's it. But I yeah, I think like the whole shit with Fabulous is too, like, well, with the whole let's rap about it freestyle, is that whole podcast in itself is attached to so much drama from so many different angles. Because if you really look at it, right, you got everyone on that podcast outside of Dave East has like viral smoke, so to
Hmm.
speak. Mano and Hassan Campbell, Jim Jones and Cameron and 50. Like, you understand what I'm saying? Then it's like Jim Jones and Dame. Like, you know. So it's like Jimmy got all the smoke. Like, he done brought all the fucking drama that
Yeah,
kind of just got you watching to see, you know, what happened. Mano is just he can kind of
he
level
just
the shit out because he's cool on both sides. Like he
yeah,
said, 50 helped him get his deal, but like, you know, he tight with Jim. He did a whole fucking project and shit with Uncle Murder. Uncle Murder's with 50. So he's in a unique situation where he's like in the middle, but he's on his side. Like he's picked a side. And that's the shit that's viral because we're just used to niggas trying to stay in a safe space. And I respect the fact that this nigga Mano is not trying to be safe. That nigga over the
yeah, but like he
glasses.
yeah, but like you said, they know that they ain't no it's not no real like serious shit. So
Yeah,
yeah,
it's
man,
not no real shit. But
yeah.
what I'm saying is, bro,
You
we
know how
know
most
like
nah, you know how
50
most
like,
niggas have tried to turn it into something. Them niggas ain't turning
yeah,
that into
but
nothing. That's the
it's
good
like,
thing.
you know, 50. No, but and I'm not even talking about it like spilling into no shit like in the streets or
Yeah.
like, you know what I'm saying. What I mean is like this. when it comes to the trolling, right? A lot of niggas don't want to go up against 50 because they don't know. It's like it's two niggas, bro, from New York that you really have to watch, and you have to have all your ducks in a row before you start the back and forth with the niggas. That's 50 and Cameron.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Cause them petty ass niggas. It's like, I don't know. It's like, okay, you might not. Now, see, the crazy shit about it is, like, we seen Cameron will rap with a nigga. You can rap about it with Cam. Like, he definitely gonna, you know, go up there and say his shit. But yeah, man. I don't know, man. Y'all let us know in the comments. Are you Team Loso? Are you Team Banks? Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button, man.
You already
You know
know.
what I'm saying? Yeah, I definitely
I fucks with Banks though. I fucks with Banks.
yeah, I fuck with Banks. Like, you know, I was definitely big on that G Unit and you know all that shit.
Now look, I'm gonna
But
tell you like this
that
though.
was the nigga like, bro, I ain't gonna lie to you. Bought the clue kit, like the clue tape, we knew there would be exclusives on there, but like them shits were bought for the Fabulous freestyle.
That's
The
that's what see.
Fabulous,
Hold on. That's what I was about to say. See, back then I was more Banks, Joe Buttons, more than Fab.
I mean, that came late. Like, I don't know, like yeah, I mean,
The
yeah,
Fab, I started fucking
there
with
was,
Fab later on. See, like when he first, I used to fuck with some of the freestyle, but I used to really go get them shit strictly for the Joe Button shit. And then
so
when you
then,
know, of
but
course,
I mean, homie, like then that means so you started listening to Clue tape when Joe Budden came out.
nah, like I said, I was getting them shits because I used to, of course, like you know what I told you about Fab with the
Yeah,
chick on my block and shit. So like I would get the shit because I knew the nigga was rapping. Like I would get it because of that. But once I found out, like,
oh
now I
yeah,
mean, once the Joe
yeah, I was.
Buttons and all that shit came about, I was really getting this shit just to hear what Joe Button was saying. Like I wasn't really fucking with Fab too much after Joe Button came out.
Yeah. See, I ain't gonna lie, like it's a weird thing for me because I'm gonna say this: I cook both of them niggas. I don't give a fuck. You understand what I'm saying? Like, and the thing about it was, I felt like that then, and I don't know if I really had that solid of an argument back then. I mean, and like I say that in the sense of if you were downtown Brooklyn between 99 and 2003 and you came down there saying that you were the best rapper and shit, and I was in front of that Albee Square Mall, I was the nigga they bought you to see. These are all factuals. You understand what I'm saying? And you know what the fuck, like, you know how niggas used to come downtown and rap niggas, so like that shit wasn't
Mhm.
like no rinky dink ass niggas. Like, you know what I mean? So my thing is like, yeah, I was looking at it like when I was listening to niggas at that point, bro, I'm really competing with everybody. Like if I heard a nigga rap on a beat, I just want to kill the beat better. So I'm really like everything with me. It was very few niggas like past. All right, by the time I was in 11th grade, bro, I wasn't really listening to too many niggas for like entertainment. I was studying like how can I beat this nigga? It's like where does he stop where he should have kept going? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like it becomes like this whole like game for me. But yeah, and then shit, man, if y'all want us to do a deeper dive into 50 Cent's, you know, history, critique, you know, against you know, certain G Unit members, or just the whole G Unit spill and shit, you know, we should break down, then let me know. You know, we'll get it done. But yeah, That's what's going on with Banks and Fab. We'll see how much music we get out of this. Like if they feed into the shit. Because really it's everybody else talking. We haven't heard them say, you know, or really get to the challenge. But you said Fab said that he been looking for a challenge.
Yeah, he been saying that for a minute. He been shooting at a lot of niggas. Niggas just been ducking the smoke. So I mean, like, really, the only person that really used to go back and forth with him was Joe Buttons and Stack Bundles. But you know, that was on yo, we on the song, and they just, you know what I mean, they friendly bullshit, just kicking at each
Yeah,
other shit.
yeah.
So it wasn't
But
nothing, it wasn't no real battle with no shit. So other than that, like he done shot at Drake, he done shot at a lot of niggas. Niggas ain't responding. Niggas ducking the smoke.
yeah, yo,
Man, Yayo need to
all
sit his
that like
ass down
moving the
somewhere, man.
goalpost and shit, and who
Yayo
going
talking
on
all that
board
shit.
and all that shit, and who got
I want to know who the fuck Yayo think he can rap better than. That's what I want to know. He talk all this shit, nigga. Put something out besides Soul Seductive, nigga.
I think Yayo's best ever, like as far as putting out music, is when he was doing that fucking what was that shit, that gunpowder guru shit. You know what I'm saying? That was when him and Maserati Box was still running around, you know what I'm saying, crazy doing all the videos. I want to say they was either going on World Star or they were doing the shit through or they were dropping the video through Vlad, like when Vlad had the website shit.
Probably wasn't World Stars. Number 50 had beef with Q. So
Yeah. So it's probably I think it was the Vlad shit though, because he was seeing all of the shit. In fact, I want to say it was because around the time that Vlad interviewed Snoop from The Wire,
yeah,
Snoop jumped on the song with Yayo in there.
yeah. I mean, shit, nigga. A lot of people don't know Vlad been around for a minute. It's just
Yeah,
Vlad
no,
ain't.
Vlad
Know
was
what I'm saying?
outside in the DVD, like
Yeah, he
mixtape
was
before the
outside. He was outside
DVD.
with French. He got a classic Tupac mixtape.
Yeah,
So
yeah. Nah, listen, bro. I used to see Vlad like at all the different mixtapes by Bokima, Amadou on 14, downtown, on the low and all that shit. The other official spot that they had, like they had little bullshit CDs, but they had an official mixtape spot on Canal Street. You know what I'm saying? Like all of them little spots, Harlem Music Hut and all that bullshit. So, he was definitely outside with the mixtape. And then when it went to DVD, he was outside with the camera, like smacking all the rest of them niggas.
yeah,
You
he
know what I'm
started out
saying?
with
So, I
French.
mean, he had a long, by the time the YouTube shit took off, like that nigga already kind of been around the game
Yeah, he was
for
already on YouTube for like what, 10 years or some shit by the time YouTube popped off. He was already on YouTube for like 10
5 to
years.
10 at least. Like,
Yeah.
I know it was over 5 by the time like the YouTube shit started popping, you know. So yeah, yeah, that's why I'd be kind of like crazy when I be hearing all this shit about Vlad, because I'm just like, yo, bro. I said, the way that nigga had to be outside to like have that type of mixtape grind, like if you were a mixtape DJ and you was really having your shit like in these stores, you was definitely outside because you had to be. So the way the nigga was moving around out here, bro, that nigga would have been exposed. You understand? Because he would have already been
Word.
put in a situation just living on Flatbush where the feds would have said, the agent's in danger.
Get him out of there.
Use the safe word. Use the safe word. Like, for real.
That
That
nigga have been
shit.
that nigga have been on the shit like Pookie. What that nigga said when they was about to kill him. Hurry up, they're gonna get him. Yo.
Oh shit, man. Yo, but yeah, man, that's our that's
Kill
our
that nigga
show.
3 times.
Oh man. Well, yeah, man. That's our show for the day. Mafia Material Mobcast, episode 65. It is finally Friday. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, y'all make sure y'all hit that like and subscribe button, smash that notification bell, and as always, stay dangerous so you can be safe, you know, especially when notorious informants be showing up at your goddamn welcome home party after you get on federal parole. You know, especially if you've taken your lottery winnings and started an illegal pill business. Definitely be careful. Don't be using them goddamn chat, Telegram, and all that shit thinking you're being safe. It's not gonna work. And especially if you got a judge like Alicia Andrews had on her case or whatever, you definitely should be careful and shit. But shout out to her lawyer. You stood up for yourself. Because I really felt like that bitch was punking you, my nigga. I mean, she was. Like, that nigga, yo, she made you look small in there, bro. And I wasn't even in the room. It just looked like you were shrinking on the screen. So, like, you know, I'm glad that they got that shit cleared up for you. You know what I'm saying? White boy Rick, I understand you were 14 and the Fed groomed you and made you into a D-boy and all that shit, but they left your ass, you know what I'm saying? And you had a choice. When you chose to stay in the game, you could have cleaned up your act, nigga. So still, in my opinion,
You's a bitch ass nigga. Bitch ass. You's a bitch ass nigga. Yeah.
Oh shit. Yo, think mean.
Oh yeah. And before I go, whatever, I just want to say something or whatever and shit. I didn't have time for you today, but I'll probably make some time for you next week. Darius the fake. Nigga, what's crazy? I don't know if you went back. I don't know if you went back. I don't know if you went back and read like the thread and shit and realized where you fucked up at.
Oh,
You sat here and put this whole shit up about I hate when other fat niggas are in the gym and then, you know, try to like cheer you on. You said that the fat dude gave you a fist pump. Like, I see you, bro. He was like, fuck you, nigga. And I say, damn, you and Cliff Poe go to the same gym? Yo, bitch ass gonna go and call somebody, then you gonna go and get in your feelings and call somebody ugly. Now, first of all, nigga, I ain't even say nothing. Listen, technically, I ain't even say nothing bad about you or Cliff. I just said, I mean, you already admitted to being fat, nigga. What the fuck is wrong with you? Like, yeah, you know how I feel? I feel like who was the one that woke up or whatever and was like, yeah, fuck 52. Like, nah, I ain't fucking nobody fuck your baby mama. I ain't do that shit. What did I do? See, now I'm like Donna. What did I do? What did I do?
oh shit.
You know what I'm saying? So then you start talking all this shit about you can meet up and have a conversation. A conversation. And then I'm like, yo, bro, I said, type of conversation you seem like you want to have with me, nigga, involves either like one of us gonna go to jail and one of us gonna die. And so then he started talking about, oh, why niggas always why everything gotta resort to shooting and anything. I said, I ain't talking about no gun. Talking about beating the shit out of the nigga till he stop moving. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, nigga, we did a whole shit. Like, I just sat here, like, I sat here on the live or whatever and had a nigga randomly on a phone call tell you how I fucked the nigga up so bad he start telling on the whole fucking neighborhood while he's still bleeding.
Nigga said, if I'm going to die, I'm putting everybody business out in the street.
You know what I'm saying? So look, I ain't tripping on that shit. You know what I'm saying? Now, you sat here and sent me a picture, your arm all like, I don't know, cut open and shit like that or whatever. It's like, nigga, listen, I don't give a fuck about that goddamn hamburger meat that they took out of your ass, boy. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. You understand what I'm saying? You think that car accident is bad or whatever and shit. Imagine running into a nigga and shit like that and get your whole radiator busted open. Like, that shit crazy. Cause like, see, I don't never be the one or whatever saying how, you know, I'm a meet up with niggas and shit. Well, like, I don't never be on that shit with niggas, with these internet niggas. Because I know that meeting up with me can only go one way. Cause the thing is, I don't know you, nigga. I can't gauge your temperament. It's not like a nigga from my hood and I know, like, man, he ain't gonna do nothing but squabble and, you know what I mean, whatever and shit. Or like, you know, like, I know who the fighters are. I know who the shooters is. You know what I'm saying? I know who the killers are. So I know how to gauge and pick these battles and how to fight them if I do have no other choice but to engage. Some random off-brand nigga that just want to meet and shit like that, bro. I mean, like, because if you're stupid enough to come out there, I don't know what else you're stupid enough to do. We're going to end this situation before it goes any further. Fortunately for you, I just know that you ain't really on shit. Listen to me, boy. You need to talk all that streets of DC shit and everything like that or whatever. All right, cool, bro. You want to talk all this shit? I'm ugly and all that shit. Your father is one of them goddamn trannies that Rayful Edmond was fucking. Hold that. Hold that, nigga.
Oh, shit. Oh, God.
What the fuck is wrong with you, nigga? Yeah, you put all the sugar in Chocolate City, nigga. See, the thing I don't like about you niggas is y'all be making me say shit like, I tell you, man, I'm Mr. Cross Country for real, my nigga. Like, I got love for niggas in a lot of, like, states and shit like that or whatever. But, like, don't try me, my nigga. And then damn sure, don't be sitting here talking about, oh, like, where you from? Nigga, well, how many times a week do you talk to me and I done damn near ran through this whole city, at least 4 to 5 boroughs?
Damn, every day.
Nigga, I'm outside when it's uncomfortable. Bitch, nigga. Talk about go get some money. Nigga, what? I'm a head on rent, pussy. Fuck is wrong with you niggas, man? And then the crazy shit is I ain't even saying that. See, the crazy part is I heard you and Cliff don't even get along, but y'all just alike.
Him and Cliff is arch nemesis.
Y'all need to start a fucking podcast together called My Butt Hurts.
Oh, shit.
So yeah, man, like, you know, you and anybody else or whatever in that little clubhouse space, little fucking weirdos and shit like that, I just want y'all to know, bro.
You's a bitch ass nigga, bitch ass. You's a bitch ass nigga, yeah.
Bitch ass nigga.
Oh, shit.
But it's Friday. I've been waiting for the end of the week and shit like that. Putting in a lot of work. You know what I'm saying? And I'm ready to fucking go. So like I said, hit that like and subscribe button. Smash that notification bell if you're really mobbing with the content, as you should be. And as always, stay dangerous so you can be safe. Because if not...
You motherfuckers is dead, nigga!
It's your boy Daylight. Our bro host World Pass. This is Daylight TV. And we are out of here.